Hey everybody, and welcome to a new Let's Play that I am starting today, Castlevania Curse of Darkness. So, I'm doing this not because I was invited to, or because somebody asked me to, but just because I kind of want to. Currently, there is a Kickstarter going on, most of you might have heard of by now. Koji Igarashi, who is one of the... He wasn't the original creator of Castlevania, but he kind of stepped in partway through and kind of made it his own. And he left Konami and made his own team, put together his own team and his own Kickstarter. And he's got a Castlevania, a Metroidvania, or rather, let's call it Igavania. Game going on, so that's kind of cool. And a lot of other Let's Players and personalities are doing their own favorite games. Symphony of the Night is one that's probably, I think, going on the most. But then a lot of people are doing the GBA and DS games. I don't know if many people realized that Iga also worked on Castlevania Curse of Darkness. And you'll see that very early on, it is very much like the 2D counterparts, but in a 3D space.
1476, Wallachia. A great war raged between Dracula and humanity. Just when it seemed that there was no hope for mankind to prevail, out of the darkness and despair, a champion arose. A true-blooded vampire hunter named Trevor Belmont. Belmont and his comrades triumphantly slew Lord Dracula. A truly glorious victory for all. However, the evil one did not pass from this world in silence. With his final words, Lord Dracula left a demonic curse that enshrouded all of Europe in misery and torment. Ravaged by hideous plague and dire famine, the people's hearts turned black and murderous. The weak were slain without pity, while the land was pillaged and scourged without remorse. 3 years have passed since the death of Lord Dracula, and the invocation of Dracula's curse.
So, something that I'm going to preface right now, during that cutscene, you may have heard a little bit of an audio skip. When I started to collect for the PS2, this was one of the first games that I purchased from one of my local game shops. Well, yeah, one of. I guess I have two, but I only go to one in town. This was the first game that I purchased for the PS2. When I started to recollect.
Show yourself, Isaac. I know you're here.
Everything is accurate, but I am using an emulator because I want to try to make it look really good.
I finally tracked you down.
You tracked me down. I was the one who lured you here. Hector, the fool who betrayed our Lord Dracula.
That matters not. I've come to exact my revenge upon you for the death of Rosalie.
Oh, and how will you have this revenge? When you were utterly at my mercy, you relinquished your powers. You couldn't even protect your own woman. And now you think to defeat me? Lord Dracula is gone, but his powers are still here in Wallachia. Even you must realize.
Devil forging.
Indeed, with this the most forbidden of arts. A wisp of conjured matter can be transformed into a hellish devil. There are but 2 humans who possess this magnificent power. You and I.
Yes. To our lasting shame. But I shed that evil power Never again will I use it.
Ah, but you will, Hector, and soon you have no choice. Without it, I could crush you in an instant.
No.
But that wouldn't be very satisfying, now would it? You deserve a most gruesome fate for the humiliation you brought upon me 3 years ago. Bereft of the power of devil forging, you cannot hope to pursue me. That is why you will reclaim your powers, and thence follow where I lead you. But, in the end, the glorious vengeance you seek will not be yours. It will be mine.
Okay, he's creepy as shit.
Wait! Isaac! Damn him. So be it. I must descend into darkness and reclaim that accursed power once more. Heed my words. I will hunt you down like the beast you are. I will have my revenge.
So, if you watched that cutscene, you saw it flickered a little bit. Not much I could do about that, but there is a hack in PCSX2 that literally references if cutscenes constantly draw out of frame, which it was. So if you didn't see it, that means I fixed it in post. I just rewatched the cutscene, I put the new video on top of the old video, bada bing, bada boom, and then that hack will, if it worked, will be, toggled on for the rest of the game. If it didn't work, well, then that cutscene just got a hell of a lot funnier, and at certain points the castle was talking to me, which I don't know how I feel. There are a couple of reasons why I decided to emulate the game instead of play my disc, and I do have, I can record my PS2. I've done it before. I've streamed it before, so it's not like I'm doing this illegitimately. I wanted to do this legitimately, so I have. The actual disc, own the game, own a PS2, and I can record it and do all that stuff. So that wasn't the concern. The concern was, I do want to get into recording some PS2 games more and more as I go on. And I would really love to be able to emulate them versus record it from my console, because this will be a lot easier to do. Just a matter of fact, this for me will be a lot easier. I have Adobe Audition. That's how I record my audio, and being able to put the game and record it on one screen and then have my audio on my other screen, this setup is a lot easier than recording from one of my consoles. Now, I can still do it very easily, and it's still the same process. Start the recording, start my audio. Oh, I need to register the ticket. Start the audio, sync them up and post, and I'm good to go. But this, like I said, it is a little bit easier for me to do. I gotta save again. So there might be some graphical glitches, but probably not graphical. Mostly, maybe that's one right there. I don't remember. But mostly audio glitches. That's probably what's going to be the most prevalent glitch. Okay, I already went in there. Oh wait, that's just telling me that that's an actual save point, not that I need to go in there. The arrow below me. So sorry if that bothers some of you. It doesn't honestly bother me all that much. But I also, want to do this as mostly as a test to make sure I can get this up to snuff and see if this works long term, because ultimately I want to do Dark Cloud 2. That's my ultimate goal with this. The Igavania hashtag and that whole movement that's going on right now also plays into it. I've been wanting to let's play this game for a while, so I thought, now why not do this now? Test everything out. Play an awesome game. I don't think a lot of people played the 3D Castlevania games. on PS2. This came out on PS2 and the original Xbox. I'm obviously playing the PS2 version. I used to own the original Xbox version when I was in high school. Picked up something and I totally skipped past it. And I beat that with my best friend at the time, and I really liked it. I didn't know, I wasn't into, I mean, I was into video games at the time, but I wasn't into video game history as much as I am now. I am now definitely, I pride myself on knowing a lot of video game history, and I think that serves me well when I work on Launchbox with Jason. I think video game history and my random ass knowledge really helps. So that's good. Where we started the game, we started in the foyer. If you went backwards, you could have actually left the castle, and you would have entered like the walkway up to the castle, and you would have gone over the bridge. And if you followed that path, it would eventually have led you to a potion sitting out there. But if I recall, we will actually get to it later on. It's just a potion. It's not like an item that we're not supposed to technically have yet. So I will get to it in due time. It's not too big of a deal, but I do want to let you guys know, if you want the potion, there is one back there. So this game does take on a lot of the same properties as all the other Castlevanias. The Rosario there's a screen clearing effect from Castlevania 1. And then starting from Castlevania Symphony of the Night through all of the GBA games and all the DS games, all of the RPG mechanics worked its way in. But this one also has crafting mechanics, demon leveling, and demon companions, which we will get to soon enough. It is very, 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 very a very, 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 very fun game. If you couldn't tell, it looks way more crisp than a PS2 would. If there was an HD remake of this game, this is kind of actually what it would look like. PCSX2 has a very cool feature that allows you to up the internal resolution of whatever game you're playing. So I have it currently on a ×3 setting. I also have other various hardware or software hacks going on. Anti-aliasing is through the roof. I think I have it on ×16 and whatnot. So this does not represent the PS2 or maybe potentially even the original Xbox version of the game. So if you do play it on an original console, keep in mind that it won't look as good, but the gameplay is still there. And it still looks good, don't get me wrong. But it's 2005 PS2. It's not, it's not 2013 PS3 or 2015 PS4, you know what I mean? So it's just mired expectations, okay? Just keep that in mind. Also, now that I think about it, where that path split, we may have needed to have gone right. Oh, yeah. See, there's a right path there. We can get back to it later. That's okay. Backtracking and exploring in this game is very prominent. Abandoned castle map. Sweet. So actually, we've got the map for the castle. So let's go back down there. Yeah, see, there's a path over there that we would need to get back to, and it'll lead to this area here. So you can see, if you've played any of the 2D RPG Castlevania games, you will see a lot of references and familiarity, but in a 3D plane. It is literally a very similar game. There is not much different about it, except for that it's in 3D and there are demons. I know I keep saying that, but I really think that people give these games a very bad rap for no reason. I really, 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 really like this game. This actually might be my favorite Castlevania game of all time, and that's me knowing I've played and beaten the first Castlevania. I don't think I didn't really play 2 or 3. 4, I played a little bit of and never got into it. Symphony of the Night, I've played a lot of. I think I've gotten to the inverted castle on Symphony of the Night, but never actually completed it. Rondo of Blood, at least the remake on PSP, I own. I played that on Vita. I was trying to actually unlock Symphony of the Night in it. It's really weird how you unlock things in that game, but it's actually pretty cool and fun. Also, I just now realized that Cyclops is level 8. Damn. That's literally a mini-boss. Those items that they keep dropping, Bronze and Wild Memories, that will be useful later. I'm having this weird issue on Windows where programs that I'm using will... Shit. I don't have potions. How ironic. Will lose focus. And in this case, I should probably turn on the option that I can control PCSX2 with my controller when it doesn't have focus, but I lose focus and I lose controller movement. But I'll probably have to check that because that bug, for whatever reason, is happening a lot. But that is the first episode of Let's Play Castlevania Curse of Darkness. If you guys like this episode, please consider subscribing, thumbsing it up, and sending it to your friends. I would greatly appreciate it. Bloodstained, I didn't talk about it too much in this first episode. That's because I also don't really know it too well, but it is a very much stylized, very anime drawn-like game, but 2D Castlevania. Think Mighty Number 9 with... not Kojima. God, I'm blanking on his name, but the creator of Mega Man, and think that, but with Castlevania, 2D Castlevanias and RPGs and cool storylines and cool art and all that good stuff. So go back that if it sounds like your cup of tea. I don't have a clan because I wasn't invited to do this. I'm not popular enough and no one loves me. Wham. So that's going to be it. Remember, play more games, and I'll see you freaks and geeks next time. Have a good day.